Well, you know what? He hadn't really practiced against this style of strategy. To see his stats go and still almost hold on, that was pretty impressive by him. But all that matters right now is SoO has put a point on the board. This is the starting point. Can he climb up another step?
Well, you can only go each game at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't always take in the big picture. You just have to win this game, and then the next, and the next, and the next, and if you keep it up, eventually you can become a champion. So if SoO's already done it once, can he do it 3 more times? That is his challenge.
All right, we're going to see the next map is Cactus Valley, a choice by SoO. We are getting towards the end of the map pool, though. Definitely not one of his favorite maps for this matchup, but it is doable. What will Stats pull out against him, though?
That's the big question. Stats already tried that double Stargate strat. Let's see what he goes with here as we now move into game number 5. SoO versus Stats in the GSL Code S Finals. The upper left in the red, our Zerg player. He needs to engineer this comeback.
The most important 3 games of his career fall.
Yeah, that's right. Everything he knows about Zerg versus Protoss is going to have to be utilized. He may never get to another finals again.
That is very true.
In the bottom left, in the blue, he is.
Splice Stats.
Stats, of course, yet to win a big tournament. This could be his night. But right now, SoO is really beginning to get momentum.
Yeah, like if he wins this game, suddenly it's anyone's series 3-2. Like, come on, you can win 2 games in a row. Especially when you already won 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
And I tell you, SoO is really due for a GSL championship. In fact, he's pretty much due for 4 of them. I would not mind watching him win the next 4 GSLs over a 1.5-year time span.
I would not be complaining, Artosis. I think the most important thing to look for now is what kind of tech is Stats going to bring this game. I do not believe he will use a double Stargate build anymore in this series.
No, I think that this is a really prime map for Sentries, Tasteless. Maybe some sort of a depth play with a big Sentry follow-up. There's a lot of skinny paths. You get in that little middle area, and man, it is easy to cut off the natural from the third.
Bear in mind, we have not seen SoO actually survive an adept push here from Stats without taking basically fatal damage.
Yeah.
If the game doesn't end, it's going to end in about 4 minutes later.
See the CEOs of the 2 greatest
It's the
companies
CEO
on Earth.
Archon right
Freak
there.
TV and Blizzard Entertainment.
That's right.
Those are literally the only companies that we need. Well, maybe an electric company and an internet company.
Yeah, we need an internet company.
Not Comcast, so something else.
A Twilight Council is the tech choice now, so this is a very different game than what we saw in our previous game, game number 4.
Yeah.
Will SoO be prepared? Of course, SoO is a player that's been adapting throughout the series as well. It's all these minor alterations in his build. How many drones versus attacking units is he getting? Where is he positioning this? Where is he going to guess the adepts will try to shade in first? All this has to be factored in if he's going to hold this off and win this game.
Yeah, and it's going to be even tougher because he's getting a robo with it, which means Warp Prism. So he's going to have glaive adepts. He's going to have the Prism all over the place. And we don't know exactly how many gates he's going to go for next. This could just be a simple 3-gate, or you could even go all in with like a 7 or 8 gate here. But, you know, if SoO can channel the adept defense he showed against SOS, he should hold it no problem.
Yeah, I think you're right. We see that this is a bit more of a standard route that Stats is taking to this game. You know, this is a build we would expect to see. Not even once, but maybe twice in a best of 7. He's getting that Warp Prism. We'll see how much he commits to this. The Warp Prism doesn't always mean a full-on push. Sometimes it's just a harass to see how much damage you can do, to see if you can keep the Zerg pinned back while Protoss tries to expand again and develop a more sophisticated army tech. Other times, This is really, put the pedal to the metal. Let's go in here. Let's end this right here, right now. Can you handle my adept harass?
Well, it's looking right now like it's just going to be the 3 gateways. That you can still make a lot of adepts off that, though. So critical damage could be dealt. But with that Roach Warren finishing right on time, a few extra queens out as well, SoO is looking good. This is kind of like what we saw against SOS. It looks like he should be prepared.
Okay, the Warp Prism is headed northbound right now. The big question is not just, does SoO have the right units, but is he in the right position? We've already seen that Stats' adept game is very good. Wherever your army is, he is generally not. The first few adepts have come in. He has not warped it anymore. He's now shading over here to the upper right, backing the Warp Prism out. It looks like one. No, none of them have actually been taken out. He's now coming, splitting these adepts up. There are 7 to 8 drones now being picked off.
Already a lot of damage being dealt out. 11 drones fall just for adepts.
Those adepts basically already paid for themselves.
Yeah, and a second prism out on the map right now. Stats taking a third behind this, knowing he's keeping SoO too busy to really defend and attack at the same time.
And really, Stats can expand for free over here. If SoO tries to come down here and take out the space, there's going to be even less to defend against the onslaught of the adept harass. More adepts are coming out. Let's see how good SoO is at defending. Already 2 more drones have been killed, and that number does not appear to be slowing down.
No, he's going to be able to take out this adept. 6 drones have died off. Another prism flying around in the main base, but with a queen and a spore kind of flanking it, going to eventually be able to push this back. He continues to kill drones and make immortals at home, which will do very well against the roaches that are being made, but his overall army size is not really that big. Is SoO going to be able to do some sort of counterattack?
You know, it seems to me like the game plan here for Stats is to get an operational third base, reap the benefits of that for the next few minutes, and then push out with a pretty sophisticated Protoss army, a backbone of immortals and sentries, along with probably a big amount of adepts, and ideally shut down one of the bases here for SoO, and that will knock him out of the game. The big question is, can SoO hang on?
Well, so far he's lost a pretty fair amount of drones, unfortunately. Not that the probe count is really huge for Stats. He's been spending a ton of money on this army, but look at how many sentries there are. That is a ridiculous amount of sentries. How is he going to hold on?
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Can SoO do this? We've already seen this fail multiple times before. Right now, SoO is scrambling to get the necessary defense to take this on.
He needs to get in position. Some Ravagers being made. He needs those corrosive biles like never before. This is going to be a very tough hold for SoO. Moving as quickly as he can, getting ready.
He's coming in here now. The Ravagers are out. He's going to try to possibly take down some of these force fields. He does deny them. There's only a limited number of force fields on these sentries. It's important that Stats does enough damage in time.
A couple good corrosive biles do end up landing. Some of the sentries being taken out. Not that many force fields left over right now. Is SoO going to be able to break this? Still some immortals out. Great lift up there by Stats.
There may be too many immortals back here. Eventually they're going to start dealing damage to these Ravagers.
Oh, still some good micro coming out of both sides. More and more roaches coming up. But it looks like he's beginning to hold a bit. A ton of damage to that prism.
He takes it out and goes down.
A huge pickoff right there. Still, though, Stats can be able to trade out pretty efficiently with the Immortal, but he has lost all of the sophistication in his army.
And with no War Prism, this last Immortal will go down. And this game is now seesawed with a Zerg counterattack, making a beeline over to the third base. It's now up to Stats to try to deflect this.
With this many Roaches and Ravagers, I don't know that he'll be able to. He has almost no sentries here, just a paltry 4. The Mothership Core going to come out and try to poke at what it can, but SoO is on a rampage.
He's coming in now. The corrosive biles have been shot out. The artillery is landing over here. Stats is frantically trying to warp in to buy some time.
A lot of biles still coming down. A ton of sentries and adepts being made by Stats. Kind of a desperation tactic. As the Roach Ravager count grows, this army is going to do worse and worse.
The Mothership Core slowly chipping away at this incredibly large army. SoO now dives in, hitting the sentries, hitting the adepts. We are about to get here to the jugular of the Protoss' base. If Stats can't hang on here, he will lose this game, and SoO will be one step closer to finishing up the comeback.
So much damage being doled out, and Immortal coming down, getting anything it can, but look at the amount of Ravagers still left over. SoO rallying down a GG!
Wow! It's happening! SoO is actually beginning the comeback. He just has to win 2 more games. Bear in mind, Stats just has to win 1. But we are at least beginning to see a glimpse of hope here from SoO.
Well, I think that he is looking a lot better from the last time we put the camera on him when he was down 0-2 or 0-3.
Certainly, he looked shaken before.
Yeah, he looked like he might be about to cry, already accepting his own defeat. But you know what? He already reversed all-killed TY in the round of 8, one of the 4 horsemen, the guy who took out Stats and I Am Katowice. And here he is, halfway through a reverse all-kill.
This is crazy, and you have to imagine that the anxiety is now setting in here for Stats. He may be beginning to feel this possible victory slip between his fingertips.
Yeah, and let's not forget that really cheeky build he did on Echo, right? Hitting 4 oracles into a bunch of void rays. Like, what year is this that we're using this strategy? But he's up 3-0. He feels like maybe something weird could throw SoO off, but that's when SoO buckled down, man. And here he is, only 2 wins away from taking home the Codes title.
In the last game, this was a moment where SoO actually stopped that really powerful attack. It wasn't like SoO didn't lose a lot of drones to those adepts. He actually held it, then came back with a counterattack. I don't know what Stats' next strategy is going to be, but we are definitely seeing that SoO is a player who can adapt.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we need to see out of SoO. This great defense against all the harassment. He still took some damage there, but bam, he was on top of it as soon as those sentries walked across the map, getting the right type of army, coming into the right position, and defending against the great micro and execution of Stats.
It's very possible we can get to game number 7 here. I'm very curious, to see what kind of strategy Stats is going to go for. Because SoO has proven that he's adapting.
Well, next is going to be Daybreak and then Newkirk. So those are some big maps. You can see macro games there. I'd love to see that.
We are going to go to a short break. We come back. Game number 6, the GSL Codes Finals.